I feel you have completed your exercise and calculated the memory size. Now, if I had to correlate the previous concept of the structure variables, we rarely write a program where we consider only two students. Now, if I had to write a code for a class which has got 60 students, so in that case, creating such a 60 variables is a tedious job. Now, rather than that, what I'll do is I'll go for creating array of structures. Now, how do I create array of structures? Now, if I rewrite the entire structure for you, struct student, char name, int roll number, float, percentage. Struct student, and I'll create a variable called as s, whose size will now be allocated as 50. Struct student s of 50. So now s is an array because s is followed by a square bracket within which there is an integer number. So s is an array of type student, and student is a structure. So it means that s is an array of structures. S is an array of structures. Now question comes, how this particular s will get memory and what will be the size of this particular s. Now let's look at the memory allocation for this particular s. Now when I say s of 50, it means that there will be 50 variables which will be created as s of 0, s of 1, s of 2 and so on till s of 49. Right? Every structure variable, every array variable will again have separate structure members. S of 0 will have its own name which will be allocated 20 bytes. Roll number is 2 bytes because name is of type character, character is 1 and square bracket is 20. Now this 20 is not constant. If you feel that the name is going to be too lengthy, you can increase the size also. Then I'll have roll number which is of integer 2 bytes and percentage is of 4 bytes. So now, which means that s of 0 on its own will consume 26 bytes. Again, a set of same members will be created with s of 1. Again, a same set of members will be created for s of 2 and so on and so on and so forth till s of 49. So which means that there will be 50 copies of name which will be created. There will be 50 copies of roll number which will be created, and there will be 50 copies of percentage which will be created, and everything will be available with each and every array variable. Now if I ask you to calculate size of s is nothing but 26 bytes. Each array variable requires 26 bytes and we have such 50 variables, so hence the size of this is 26 into 50 bytes. Now you can try the same with your structure employee as well as structure cricket, and do write this particular memory diagram. Once you complete that, resume with the next part. Now when I have written this particular members, when I have written these members as name, roll number and percentage, question comes, how do I access these members? How do I access these members? Accessing structure members is with this particular syntax. We have to write a structure variable on the left hand side, and then we have to write this particular dot operator which is referred as a period operator with respect to structures, and then we can write the member name. We can associate any value, we can read, we can display, we can perform these operations. So basically when I wish to do this particular operations, I can use this particular syntax. Let's look at some examples of this. S1 is a structure variable and member name is roll underscore number, and I have used a dot operator for this. So it means that I am going to assign the roll number of this first student with the value called as 12. I can try to assign the percentage of second student, that is s2 dot per, as 56.87. I can try out to read values by saying scanf with a percentage specifier, comma, s1 dot name. I'm going to read the name of the first one. Now here you might feel that ampersand is missing. No. Whenever we use percentage s specifier, you will not have ampersand symbol. Except this particular percentage symbol, in rest all specifiers you have to always write the ampersand symbol. I can display the name, roll number and the percentage of the first one as printf percentage d comma percentage f comma s1 dot roll underscore number and s1 dot per. So it means that I can assign values, I can read values, I can display values. Suppose if it is an array of structure and I wish to read the 50 roll numbers, being that s of 0, s of 1, s of 2, s of 3, s of 4, s of 49. So why don't we say in general s of I dot roll underscore number, and since we are going to read an integer value, I'll say percentage d. For I equal to 0, I less than equal to 49, I plus plus scanf percentage d, comma ampersand of s of I dot roll underscore number, which means that we have actually read 50 different roll numbers and stored into an array of structure. Trying out this is an error. If I directly say roll underscore number equals to 12, this will be an error. Yes, you have guessed it right. Since roll underscore number is a member of structure, it can't be accessed without structure variable. So when I say roll underscore number, it means that this particular roll underscore number, a variable which doesn't exist. So it means that since it doesn't exist, there is no question of assigning a value. So it means that whenever a member belongs to a structure, it should be accessed only by its variable, right? So this is how we are going to access the members of the structure. Now before we write a program, let's understand one simple basic. How do I initialize this structure? Can we carry out structure initialization along with the declaration itself? Yes, we can try that also. Now we can initialize the structure members like any other variables with some initial value which can be set by default. Now this is a case which exists when we don't want to read values from the user but still wish to have some values to the members, which means that whenever we don't want to read values but we want the structure to have some members by default. Generally this particular concept exists whenever there are questions where find the output will be based on structures. Now let's check out how this can be done. Again, let's take back the old structure student, char name of 20 into roll number float percentage, enter the structure, and I'm going to create a structure called a student s1. I want this particular name to be XYZ, roll number as 523 and percentage as 98.7. In that case, as usual, struct keyword student s1, you should write equal to, then put a pair of curly brackets and write the members of these structures, right? So the members of these structures will be XYZ, 523 and 98.7. Since XYZ is a string should be always there in double quotes. Integer and float, they are not necessary to be in double quotes. Now this is a precaution which you're supposed to take whenever you wish to initialize these values. The values need to be initialized in the same order in which the declaration appears. If the first is string, the first has to be string. If the second is integer, the second has to be an integer. The third is percentage, a float, and then this has to be a float value. Since it says the values for the value initialized structure should always match the order in which the structure members are declared.